up there too. What the shit? Why are you stuck? Because I'm not telling it otherwise? I don't know. Maybe. Personal line left, and that looks better. It's not what I wanted, but it looks better. So, just to cover this for ATS 3333, so like a Atsui. The injections, you spend points on suggestions, injections, etc. All of my XP giving is broken apparently, so you got 10,000 to play with. And over the course of the night, different people will throw injections on the board. You can read about how the injections work by clicking anything that you see on my channel. And the game doesn't start for another hour and a half here. I'm going to be taking off in a few minutes to drive my children. That's a shit roll, Frank. That's a shit roll. Why is there a gap here? Where is this fucking gap coming from? What is this? What is this crap? It just is. Like, what the shit? If I clear left, maybe? Like, yeah, that'll do it. Alright. Hey, yeah. I can type on some. Oh, there it is. Huzzah! Hey! It's not hideous anymore. Now I feel like I should put the XP back there. Again, where it belongs. So I guess I will. You know what? I'm going to make that a no wrap. The record pool. The goal, actually. So white space, no wrap. Ah, bugger. What the shit? Why is my... Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna get really crazy with this. I'm gonna just do that. Haha! Yeah! Aww! Why do you not work? Why would you not do as I tell you? Aha! I have won! I feel enriched, like a man. Yeah. You always roll like Joe, just like threes, all night, 3s and 5s. The occasional almost 20 that rolls over to a 2. Yo! His most exciting rolls are the ones that don't fail. It's so sad. I blame the angle of the garage, because garages are tilted for drainage, so that totally affects the roll. Because it's lower over there, so all his rolls are lower. That's how it works. Well, that's very, those are very condensed compared to what I had before. That's really condensed. You know, it's so. There was one campaign there, Curtis, who sits over yonder, couldn't roll anything but fives. He rolled so many fives. We ended up actually making 5 his crit, and 20 was just a normal number. And it was just for shits and giggles, right? But long and the short, he had a lot more luck that way because that particular die loved to roll 5s, and it's true that dice, you know, if you don't check them, you're never gonna know what the hell they're gonna roll. So get yourself a glass of water, pour a bunch of salt into it, and float your die, and see what comes up. And there you go. Now you know how your die is weighted. Because I mean, these things are just pressed plastic, and especially speckled die. Speckled die are the worst for imbalance because the speckles are typically just pieces of rubber or something that are pressed in with all the plastic, or differently colored stuff, or whatever, you know. So, bottom line being, if you want to know what you got for a die, you can, like I say, fill a cup of water, throw a bunch of salt in it, float the die, and it'll of course float, rotate, and show you which side is weighted which. So there you go. It won't be, I mean, it'd have to be weighted really hard for it to always come up a certain direction. Like I actually have they say transparent dice are the best because you can tell if they're weighted, and I would argue that, okay, well great, but I don't know what to look for. You know, thickness, translucency, etc. It's all see-through as far as I'm concerned. And when you got this die that's, you know, translucent and you're looking through, it's this tiny thing you're trying to say, okay, well it's slightly, you know, more opaque. It's not obvious, you know, is my point. Bottom line is it's not obvious, despite it being a translucent die, and that thing rolls nothing less than 17. It's unbelievable. So I don't use that one too often, only when I absolutely must kill people. Oh really? That's funny actually. If you've got that's hysterical. These are my bow dice, these are my sword dice. What are these ones? Those are my magic dice. Don't touch them, please. Don't even breathe on them. No, get away from them. You know. I mean, some people are really particular about their dice. I'm not so much superstitious. I'm not really super science either, but that's kind of the direction that I'll take. Is like I was describing, you know, 3 sets. You know what? Yeah. I'm fortunate enough to have one of these bags, so I've got several sets. These things are fantastic. One of these multi-chambered units, and these are wonderful, wonderful things to own. You can get these from the DM's wife, and it's multi-chambered, as you can see. So you get your D12s, your D8s, 10s, 20s, etc. All of them, you know, obviously it's in a circle there in denomination, but yeah, fantastic bag. However many sets you want to have along with you. If that 20 is not working out, no problem. Got another one right here. Got another one right here. One of these has got to give you something good, right? Oh, did you? Hey, nice. I'm actually I'm pretty jealous there, Frankie. I got in on the Reaper 4 Kickstarter. Oh my god. We had a kitty of the table fee. The table fee had reached we had about $220 in there from everybody throwing $20 a month into it, and so I clicked down on the Kickstarter and just, you know, ponied up the cash for. Well, I just picked up a bunch of stuff. I didn't really think about how much it was going to cost, and of course they turned around. You know, hey. It was, oh my god, it was $338 US. Holy smokes, $340 in miniatures. Say it ain't so. Oh my goodness. But they're fucking amazing. There's so many good minis in there. I'm going to have minis coming out my ears. But the worst part was it's like the end of the month. It's the end of the month and you're like paying all your bills and rent's going to come due and blah, 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 blah. And then that hits and you're like, oh my god. But here's the thing, I'm in Kazakhstan, right? I'm in Canada, and I did say it's 340 USD, so that converted to gold and freedom, as it were, worth of $434 Canadian. $440 out my bank account. Ow! Yeah, well, that was the other side of it. Is I said to the missus, so guess what just came out of our bank account? And she's like, oh, the Kickstarter came out, didn't it? And I was like, yeah. So I get to detailing it for her, and she's like, oh yeah, nice. Want to work on that, Mr. Accountant? You know, like, oopsies. Sort of. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna no. I've never like there was the Cyberpunk 2020 third edition, the D20 rules back in the day. No, I've never played that. Never had a chance. I didn't know a lot of people that were playing a lot of different D&D games back then. You know, not a lot of D20 system players in my youth. I was pretty much it, which explains why I became, you know, the dungeon master. Because I'm just the guy that will run whatever that way. But yeah, no, most of the guys that I ran with back in the day, it was fucking Rifts or Men in Black had an RPG. Did you know Men in Black had a pencil and paper? And my DM buddy there, Jeff Croft, good guy, really good guy. Actually, he's in the movie industry, as a matter of fact, really good guy. But getting back to it is that he was my DM, and he liked a lot of fringe RP, like fringe games like that, and so we would end up playing things that you wouldn't expect. What is it? There was a Toxic Avengers RPG. Of course, if you don't know, there's a Marvel RPG, pencil and paper RPG. That one's actually really cool, but the character generation is retarded. I mean, you have to come up with a superhero, so it's just this. It's like GURPS. There's just so many options. Middle Earth had just an immense system that was convoluted, to say the least. Like ranged combat, you would actually have to consider the distance and then the arc. And I don't remember, but there was a fucking table for it, and depending on how high you wanted to fire, I think it made the difference in how long the shot took, etc., etc., etc. And all of this factored into the damage. And then you got into the crit tables, and the crit tables were like 2 pages. This thing was actually ledger style. The rule book for this game was ledger style, and used the full width of it. This is a wonderfully detailed system. But I mean, I was what was I? God, like 9, 10, 11 years old, trying to cogitate this, just like, you know, and it wasn't happening, I'll say that. So in any event, I should take the kids out to my mom's place, up to their grandma's. So I shall be right back.